Who's she talking to? Is there someone besides us? As I stare at Kyuju's in bewilderment, it happens. Without warning, Lapras froze in place. Menacing aura that suddenly gave off dissipates in an instant.
What?
For the first time, I can hear panicking enemy's voice. Free from the power of the enemy, Lapras' body collapses to the ground. I get Sean's weapon fall back into her body, and she runs to Lapras as all her pinned down motions were exploding behind her like a rocket.
What was that?
I don't know. I was getting desperate too. It seemed like something far away stepped in.
This can't be.
It's just as we thought. The enemy is taking on your appearance and has no connection to you. Feel free to cut loose.
Kyuju's voice full of confidence. I don't know what she did, but when she spoke so confidently, it's impossible to doubt her. And looks at the enemy again, my face, with a different expression.
There's something I want to ask before I fight. What now? Why did you choose me? Of all the Persona users here, why did you use my face?
Is that all? Of course I chose you. You were the most unstable of the lot. Never quite sure whether to call yourself a man or a woman. Your indecisiveness made you the perfect prey.
I clench my fist but keep my anger in check. After a moment, I nonchalantly tip my head back on my head.
There's actually something I've been curious to know all this time. Last year, when my real shadow went berserk, I was forced to the sidelines. It left me wondering whether I could have overcome that other me on my own. This is the perfect chance to find out. I won't hold back an inch.
Okay, this is interesting because this is actually different now. Yeah, this is actually different. Instead of the guy controlling Lapras and after you beat Lapras, he leaves. This is actually way more interesting. Yeah. Ooh, Naoto's shadow is pretty cool. Okay. Nice. Awesome counter. I believe that's a perfect, right? All the blue health means I use a move that consume my own health, which I don't count as me losing health. So, again, means Sakuras fall to her knees, her face, or rather mine, wrenched in agony.
You're so cool now, Chan. Can't believe you could go that nuts on something that looked like you.
It may have taken my shape, but it wasn't me. I had no reason to relent.
I fully believe what I said, but Kyuju-san doesn't seem satisfied for some reason. Kyuju-san looks down on the enemy.
You'll be coming with us. There are some things we still want to ask you.
This is fine with me.
There were many twists and turns along the way, but I'm not displeased with the results. It was good enough for this time that I confirmed you have the power to meet my expectations. This time, this is only a temporary form. I doubted there'd be any meaning in changing my appearance, but sure enough, it made for a very enjoyable game.
Like, so, hey, this guy has the ability to basically distort people's, what people see and hear. And also, he can take other people's form, and he's trying to collect other people's personas. But in the Persona Forecast storyline, he said he doesn't have a persona. So how is he doing all of this?
I will see you in another guise next time. Just wait until then.
Tammy laughs and begins to fade away. Of course, the enemy simply disappeared into the air. Who was she? What was her objective, trying to separate us from our personas? Unfortunately, I was not able to get to the core of the matter, but still, next time, huh?
Hell no! Don't you dare come back again!
Yeah, what he said.
Seriously, there's one sick bastard. Copying Now-chan was going too far! Bad enough that it
This is the start of something bigger.
Yeah, I don't think we should let our guard down.
Embra's face clouded and rich anxiety. No one could have imagined we could run into some bigger threat like this. Does the enemy plan to cause another incident like this again? Are we going to get more humiliated catchphrases? Killjoy detective. Am I really that bad? It appeared that Kyojo-san was worried for her
My
own.
analysis didn't make it in time, but that was...
It's hard to believe. And again,
With a shocked-looking eye, she followed her fear and came to us with a decision to the mastermind could
in
be.
any case, you don't have to worry about it. It's our responsibility from here on out.
But it was obviously targeting us. We can't shrug and go on our way after that.
He's correct. Given that it's taken an interest in us, we must arm ourselves against it. Of course, you should be aware that the enemy is out there, but there is no need to abandon your lives to pursue it. We will do our best to ensure that no harm comes to you. That is, after all, our duty.
I can sense that she's completely sincere. We all trade glances, but eventually concede to our leader's opinion. We agree to Kyojo-san's offer. There are some lingering regrets, but we have a little choice right now. Seeing that everything is settled, Teddy butts in and strikes a strange pose. We turn to look at him with a grin of pride. He kicks out the floor at his knee. That's the usual little dance when he summons the exit TV to get us out of the TV world. Kyojo-san's group is obviously surprised, but they look pointedly at the TV.
What are you doing with this ancient TV? Man, where'd you even get this?
It's a teddy vision! You can get out from here!
This TV is our escape route? Can we really fit inside?
Ooh, are you a little too front-loaded to fit? In that case, I wouldn't mind helping you squeeze through!
Mitsuru killed Teddy.
Before, you know that?
Mitsuru killed this guy. We all pass through Teddy's TV and make it back to the real world. Of course, Kyojo sounds a bit flustered and finds herself in the middle of a department store. Nabis looks slightly lonely. She follows Kyojo-san at her own free will. There shouldn't be anything to worry about. Remember, Aga-san's gentle smile. I know that'll make sure Labris is alright. So the incidents come to a close. The following day, May 4th, Kyojo-san has stayed the night pursuing a follow-up investigation and is going back to the city today. We learned that from another Nabris who had called us all, waiting to say goodbye in person. Of course, we're obliged to see them off. In section that's outside the shopping district, we gathered by also familiar limousine exchange parting words with
I'm
Labris.
really sorry for causing you guys so much trouble.
What are you saying? I had a blast meeting you, Abby-chan!
Likewise. But I can't believe you didn't notice at all that Karijo-san was searching high and low for you. You're so thick.
That is mysterious. I wouldn't hesitate to answer the call of such a beautiful woman. It must have been because I was having so much fun talking with Labby-chan.
She never gives it a rest. So, what are you gonna do now, Labris?
If you need help, we don't mind sheltering you. Yukiko's house is a great hideout. Thanks. But I'm planning on working with Mitsuru-san. We're gonna catch the scumbag who tried to use you guys. This time, it'll be me that's got your backs.
Sounds promising.
It sounds as though you found a place where you belong, then.
Sure enough. Come back anytime to hang out, okay? We'll be here for you. Okay. Thanks, you guys.
Labris' experience is radiant. I turn and see Kyojo-san and the others watching from inside the car with gentle smiles. I leave the circle gathered around Labris, approaches Kyojo-san, something that I have to confide in her after all this
I
time.
confess, I had known about the existence of the Shadow Operatives from the start, as I thought. Well,
Considering what we've both been through, there's no need to keep it hidden from you anymore. Why are you taking the lead even if it risks your life? A woman in your position needn't. A great many people were hurt because of mistakes the Kirijo group made in the past. I won't let it happen again. To leave behind nothing that could jeopardize the future. That's my mission. More than that, it's a vow I made.
I feel like she's speaking to someone else, someone who's not here to hear her. Then she did not to me. Yeah, she's speaking to the Persona 3 protagonist. The sincerity implies is all confirmation I need. In my line of business, you rarely come across people who actually speak what they mean. People I call noble. She's one of the few. Her eyes show trust me, and it makes me proud to know her.
You've been a real help. About the next step, though, I doubt you'll back down that easily. Who knows? It's not my decision to make.
I give a casual reply to Kurujo-san, shakes her head with a smile.
That nothing I say can dissuade you, but I want you to be cautious.
Her expression turns serious. This is likely to be a personal thing about the investigation I've been conducting on her.
There are those within the Kirijo group who don't think as I do. There are no doubt a lot of dark secrets to be unearthed. The current Kirijo group has drifted away from the family businesses. I am only the founding family's daughter, not the strongest position. What an odd warning. It's as if you're showing compassion to your enemy. Well, I too personally hope you find success. You be careful too, Kirijo-san. Just call me Mitsuru. Of course, Mitsuru-san. Well, until next time.
The car soon departs in the direction of the highway. We watch our elaborate waves from the window. I believe that one day we'll meet again. After seeing them off, we head to the food court at Junes. It's been a bit delayed, but this time for you Senpai's welcome back party. Last few days have been full of trouble, but I can't help but feel some sort of fate has brought us together in the end. Soon the topic had changes what you Senpai had said. We should reform the investigation team, just as Mitsuru had predicted it was the only natural reaction to what he had been through. Now the Thingo of us objected to the idea. We take our plans to continue. The time we split up and I arrived home, it was close to midnight. I sat at my desk, turning on my computer as I compile my report on the investigation.
What
Okay.
are my impressions of the organization called the Shadow Operatives, as well as their leader, Mitsuru Kirijo.
In this light and this artwork, like Naoto really feels like a girl now.
As a member of the Kirijo group's founding family, Mitsuru Kirijo strongly wishes for the corporation's stigma to be cleared. Yet the Shadow Operatives are not ultimately a means for her to clear this stigma. Her first priority is to protect and save those who are at risk. The way she handled the lost cargo in this case made that much clearer. Though discarding it would have been more advantageous, and it would have been simple to destroy in secret, she chose not to do so. She sees the restoration of the family honor as a byproduct of her true mission. I will continue my secret investigation. It is apparent that the Kirijo group still harbors many dark secrets. Yet I must note that no matter how their internal affairs are worth watching, we need not trouble ourselves overseeing Shadow Operatives. Mitsuru Kirijo does not shrink from the responsibilities she bears. We will never gain leverage over her based on her family's sins. Even if the true culprit behind this matter has ties to the Kirijo group, she will...
I stopped typing to read the last sentence.
This report is no place for conjecture. I suspect this is only the beginning.
Is this the end of the story for Naoto? Yes, it is. Look at that. Alright, why is this one red? I thought the first one's all gold. I don't get it. I don't know why they decided to do like the color thing on the clear. Makes me feel like I'm not clear. Makes me feel like I missed something. There's like more story on these characters. I don't know. Doesn't feel right.
Why are there two of her?
I'm the Shadow, the true self. It's Miss President Shadow. I'm taking the real one. I'm
Labras double gives McLear a pure menace before carrying off the original and fleeing the scene. Almost chase after her without thinking, but I stop myself and reconsider. The second Labras, who was that? Completely unexpected situation has me off guard. I can't decide how to proceed.
Wish you seem to know.
First, tell me something. Why was she in so much pain? What's all this about Labras and weapons?
I'm sorry, but that's classified. It's not for civilian ears.
Then I won't tell you anything about her. If you want to know what I know, you have to tell me what you know first.
Might have sounded too much like I don't care if she's in pain. Could be unreasonable to demand she tell me everything she knows without offering something in return. She's already seen Labras' true form, so I give a small sign.
I suppose you're involved now. Alright, her official name is 5th Generation Anti-Shadow Suppression Weapon. Codenamed Labras. She's an android weapon created by the Kirijo group years ago. In order to use persona abilities, she was given a heart.
She's a machine? Kusagawa with shocked expression conveys her thoughts as perfectly as she's spoken aloud.
Just look at the trouble she's caused. We came to retrieve her and minimize any damages.
I hold back in detail telling her the cruel experiments she must have undergo during her development. Kusagawa takes it all in and quietly signs.
So when she said she didn't want to remember, that's what that was about. Hey, why didn't you listen to what she was trying to say? She said that she didn't want to remember, but you kept pushing your demands on her and making her feel bad.
That's...
I pause, considering her accusation. She may be right. Indeed, also desperately to put an end to this case, I didn't listen to what Labras has to say.
Because you needed her to have one, and then kept treating her like that. No wonder she's in pain.
Tears stream from the girl's eyes. As angry as she is, she's crying for Labras. Even after seeing her true mechanical form and learning that she's a weapon, Kusagawa was nothing but compassion for
Why are you
Labras.
siding with Labras so much?
I heard her voice a few times. It sounded like it was from her past. She said she was forced to fight when she didn't want to. That she was hurt and afraid.
I see. Kusagawa also heard the voice, just as I did when she used her persona. Kusagawa slowly tells me about what happened last year, the reason why she came to Inaba. Due to her career as an idol, she was cut off from those who knew her or who she was, leaving her isolated. But just when she lost faith in everything, she met people who believed in her, saved her life.
Someone to believe in, huh?
Pain that brought up again a sore point for me.
She's Miss President's shadow.
Kujira tells me the detail that previously said she wouldn't reveal.
The repressed desires you don't want to admit. Here they take on a life of their own.
Are we gonna see the shadow of the Persona 3 cast? That'd be really
So
cool.
that's why. Then what's her ultimate goal? Why did she take Labras?
Shadows. They try to become real. It confronts the original with weaknesses to make them deny that the shadow's part of them. Also, it can take their place.
I see. Then there's no time to lose.
Do you think you can save her? The shadow doesn't disappear until the original person accepts it.
Or you beat them and they still deny it, then they also disappear. That's like the 8-bit dungeon, whatever that was, in the Persona 4. The guy never actually accepted his persona. Like after the Persona 4 cast member beat his shadow, he still won't accept it, and it just disappeared. That's why I must believe in her and support her, even if it's left unsaid. I still understand Kusagawa's desire. I share it.
Let me amend my earlier statement. I didn't come here just to minimize the damage. I came to save everyone.
I need to use the restroom. I'll mute the game and I'll be right back.